Majoritarian politics could lead to a regrouping of forces. Embedded animosity could result in seeking support from non-state actors who have in the past found support in the neighborhood.
With the neighbors, I mean, why do you want to show them your vulnerability in any case? So, I mean, at any rate, I feel that you should be able to sort out your problems in a better way, in discussion and talk, and actually do it before it reaches proportions of this sort, where people are forced to take up arms or to call attention to themselves by, acts of brutality or whatever. So
98 to 98% of our border is with China, Bhutan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and etc. 98% border with our South and Southeast Asian countries. And some of the countries which are surrounding Northeast, or in general in Assam in particular, they are on the verge of failed state. Some of them can be dubbed as banana republic. And if you look at, for example, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a country which is groping for democracy. Sometimes it is military dictatorship, again democracy. And there are a lot of arms, illegal arms floating around. Even in Myanmar. Myanmar is the epicenter of all kinds of agitations and violent activity. And it's a porous border. It is now only that around 90% border has been sealed. But till the other day, it was a porous border, and that's how arms come in.
The government of India has taken enough measures, be it with Bangladesh or be it with Myanmar, and we've done some joint military operations as well and things like that. There is much better coordination between the BSF and their Bangladeshi counterparts. Geopolitics has also changed. Earlier ISI used to pump in a lot of money. Now Pakistan is fighting its own war, homegrown terror there, and the Taliban is hurting. Their resources are focused there.
Today there is a kind of unbridgeable gap between the Bodos and the non-Bodos. It's a question of lack of trust. It's a question of trust it's a question of not believing you. A kind of animosity has been getting embedded. So that is the most dangerous. Today I am telling you, this kind of animosity or this kind of violence is being projected or done by militants. It's the militia who has been undertaking it. But what if that tomorrow, if the victims, they would not always tolerate it? For example, in Rwanda, the Hutu-Tutsi clash, if you look at in 1995, the victims, all of a sudden, they jumped on the so-called natives people, and that's how Rwanda is considered to be a genocide, what had happened in 1995. This could also happen in our state in Bodoland.
Right now what they feel is that these are crumbs thrown at them, short of the demand of a separate statehood, and a council has been, territorial council has been made, and one autonomous district has been given, and some 13-14 departments have been given to them. They can recruit local teachers. They can only recruit class 4 employees. For example, group B and group A employees are from the state and the center. The district administrator is a IAS officer. They believe that we should have the powers to do that. Basically what has happened is that there is a lot of difference of perception, and they believe that even amongst the BTAD, there is a belief that rightly or wrongly, and which is partly correct also, that Guwahati runs roughshod over them, and they and BTAD does not really have the kind of past that it wants for itself. The government has to take them along and make them realize that within the given structure, this is what you can have and why you have what you have.
While a problem has the potential to fester and spread to other parts of the region through the regrouping of forces, a fragile peace will prevail. For how long? What is the long-term solution?
The plight of the people, particularly those Muslims and the Bodo tribals, their condition is very pathetic. So we need to revamp the system for a speedy development, number one. And number two, we need to engage them in some productive work so that their mind is not diversified, their mind is not driven to some anti-social activity. So therefore I would say we need to establish negative peace, that is bringing the violence to an end. There is no doubt about that. But at the same time, we need to build the trust, confidence building measures, reconciliation, and through a sustained process of dialoguing. Because I need to dialogue with each other. It is, remember, it is at the top who indulges in violence, but at the bottom, people are cooperating with each other. We need to work in both the areas, that is in negative peace as well as positive peace.
Gozoon mokhangari dao. Gozoon mokhangari dao.
Let the peace bird fly to me. After the dark smoke of the blast, let the gentle breezes blow. After the animal brutality of merciless killing, let innocent smiles bloom on the lips of children and usher in the newborn sun, to transform a dying generation who pretend to wear a still heart, a heart of machines.
Security forces are present, as are relief and rehabilitation. But outbreaks like this are enough to shatter the peace built after a lull of nearly 2 years. Expectations of the people demand meeting the interests of diverse communities and ethnic groups. The Torun Gogoi government has successfully dealt with insurgent groups in Assam and continues to do so now. Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Northeast Interface, the 10th in our series. Thanks for watching and see you again.